All right, hi everybody. I talked with an online teacher the other day, and she had brought up to me some concerns about being able to fit in some of the doctrinal mastery that you can only really do with your students on that once a week class, whether it's virtual or face to face. And she was concerned about how was she going to be able to fit in some of the training that needs to happen there with acquiring spiritual knowledge and still get all these lessons in. So I had a conversation with Michael Goldhart, and he suggested a pretty quick and easy solution to that problem. See, when you're teaching every day seminary, what you will do to make sure that you have room and time to do some of the things we need to do with doctrinal mastery is you'll combine lessons, and you'll maybe take 2 lessons and sometimes even 3 lessons, combine them into one lesson, and just pick the most important parts out of it and summarize all the rest. That becomes difficult in online because you have these modules. But there's actually a very quick way that you can combine lessons. So as you see here, what I have are a couple of Isaiah lessons, lessons 32 and 33. And Isaiah, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but for me, I would be able to do Isaiah in 1 or 2 days. It was a good catch-up day. You can give the students just a few keys for understanding Isaiah, have them practice a little bit on the Isaiah chapters, and then move on. And so what you can do if you want to combine 2 lessons is you open up the 2 modules that you have, and then of course you're going to want to go through the different slides to find out which ones you wanted to use and which ones you didn't want to use. But then if you will click on these dots over here, it'll make a little arrow. You can then drag this part of the module and you can dump it into the next lesson, just like this. And you could drag as many as you wanted into here. You could then unpublish from this lesson anything that you didn't want the students to, that would make the lesson too long. And you could then just unpublish them over here while dragging some of the lesson over here in a way that makes sense. And you might just take a couple of these slides and put them at the beginning, right after the devotional, unpublish some other slides, and maybe just for that day give them a little comment that says, hey, today we're going to try to cover 2 lessons, but don't worry, I've only given you parts of each lesson, so it won't take you any longer than it normally does, but just understand we're going to try to cover a bunch of ground here so that we have more time. Once you've done that, then it's up to you to decide whether the students have completed those lessons or not. Just like always, you put it in Wise and you move on. Hopefully this little bit of training and some ideas will help you as you try to clear some room to perform the other major part of our task as seminary teachers, which is to help these students acquire spiritual knowledge and learn the basic doctrines of the gospel. All right, thanks.